Well, it's starting to get to spring, and it's starting to get into. Am I going to try another attempt at this, opening up the tiller and see what's going to happen to it? A tiller breaks down the ground through the tines, so the soil's all aerated and ready to be planted. Uh, a few years ago, I ran it. I heard a bunch of rattling noises, and it hasn't moved, hasn't worked since. I think it's actually a timing pin, or basically it moves from the timing gear inside the engine up to the top there to help time the carburetor for air and gas. So, but the thing is I don't know if I'll have a garden this. Well, we'll have a container garden, but I don't know what we're going to grow because you kind of have to know a little bit ahead of time what seeds to start. They take a while to germinate and to develop to a certain size, and then I like to get the tiller going so I can grow some potatoes and some beans and peas and stuff like that. That takes a lot of room. And we used to have a neighbor who would till the soil, but a lot of the weeds in our garden got caught up in the tines of his tractor style of a tiller and moved over to his garden, so he doesn't want to do that anymore. So either it's a container garden or this. A new tiller is regular price $9.99, which is about the price of this one about 20 some years ago. And you can still get parts. I found a website where they have the parts. It's in the States, so there's probably going to be the T word involved. But one way I figured out is that bolt on the end, that has to come off. And last spring, my brother-in-law said you can use a torch and some WD-40. Well, I didn't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I'm not comfortable with torches, and also it's in the middle of the woodshed, which is filled with dried wood, hydraulic fluid, gas cans, a propane can, some fertilizer. Not probably the ideal solution. So I brought up I took a heat gun that we have in another part of the house, and maybe someday we'll put the heat to that and see if that will work. What they figure happens is you put the WD-40 on and you heat it up, and then when it cools, probably has a little suction that draws the WD-40 into around the bolt. But that bolt hasn't moved since at least 2003 when I bought it. So up until then, the only major thing was the belt. The tires needed inner tubes put into them, and they do need to be inflated again. And when the tines came off in that first year, that took about $20 to fix. The guy who ran the local shop fixed it quite easily, and it was under warranty, so I just had to pay $20 for transport fee. Okay, I guess I'll let you guys go. Oh yes, about live streams. I don't know when to schedule one. Because there's a lot of other activity going on. I wanted to do one on April the 1st, but there's plenty of people doing it. But I think I'm going to do some background stuff. There's a couple of news conferences from NASA and stuff that would be interesting to cover while waiting for the launch. And watching a couple other people getting ready for the launch. And it's actually still below zero here. It's been a long, cold winter. But I may do one, I don't know about tonight, maybe tomorrow, because I want to set up the camera and stuff to discuss something Mikey Smith's up to. And yes, we got to move away from Mikey Smith and Flat Earth. It's pretty much dying. And I want to do more astronomy stuff. Okay, I hope everybody has a good day. Goodbye, and see you next time.